Hello, and welcome back to Tabletop Thoughts. Today, I thought I'd go through some of the projects that I am currently working on. I got a bunch of stuff I've completed, and then some more stuff that is in process. First guy I completed this week is this Otiog, although this one is from Fat Dragon Games, and he calls it the Trash Beast. I just went with a simple slap chop paint job on him. Painted the ground like a green color. The skin is, I think it was like warrior skin speed paint. The eyes are just a red, just a regular miniature paint. Just use a black marker for the eye dots. I went with like a crusader skin or something like that for the tongue and mouth area. His teeth were ivory with a bony material over him. But he is not too bad looking. Something else I've done this week. This is it's like a gelatinous cube, although this one is from Fat Dragon Games. It was a recent release. This one's called Snotzzilla. He had done a gelatinous cube before that he called the Cubus Snot or something like that. This one just has more stuff in it. The last one had a couple of bones, but like you can see a couple of people. There's a warhammer, a shield, there's a sword, a helmet, more skeletons. There's like a hand sticking out of it over here. There's an arm with a sword. I just went with a purple India ink, went over it a lighter color on some of the bubbles and painted all the other stuff. Give it a gloss clear coat so it looks slimy. And I've done a bunch of these. These are also from Fat Dragon Games. He did a Kickstarter recently where he had dwarfs and a bunch of other stuff. These are some giant mushrooms. So of course I had to print them out. One of my favorite terrains is Underdark, so I gave it my Underdark coloring on the bottom. Sorry. And then the mushrooms, I went with the like a light tan color here, light blue over here, purple on the top with that same light blue dots, so they kind of tie in. But I got, I think 9 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so I'm going to add this to my Underdark terrain. I printed out another set that I'm going to give to one of my coworkers because she runs a game, and she recently mentioned that her party just went underground, so gotta have some big mushrooms. Some other stuff that I've completed. I've done some more ruins this week. Last week was all miniatures. This week is a lot of terrain. It's just quick paint jobs, either all FDM. I just dry brushed them with a white to bring out the details. I used a makeup brush, got a couple of colors on here. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but you can see like here's a slight red, a little bit there. There's a like a yellowish brown. So it just makes it look more like stone. There's a bunch of different pieces, a little bit more coloring back here. I didn't do any of it on the floor, that way the walls and the floor are slightly different. But there are 4 pieces for this. So I completed those this week. And then I had printed out this last week, so I just went through and finished up painting it. Same paint technique, only thing slightly different on this one has little windows in it, so I don't know if there we go, get a little light over here so you can see. I painted a light blue on the glass, and then I put a little gloss Mod Podge on it just so they're a little shiny, so it comes off more like a window. This is a just a ruined wall I found somewhere on like Thingiverse or something like that. So working on ruins, might as well paint it up. So I just printed it out, same stone technique I've been using recently. Now there are these are supposed to be modular. I glued them together, but the idea of these was there's a perfectly fine version, and then there's a ruined version, and they're modular. So what I had the idea to do is I took the perfectly fine one, and I printed out the ruined version, and I snapped them together. So now it is like a floor, so they always match up. So they'll always be the same size. The floor is supposed to be like a wood, so I use a couple of different browns, because if it is a ruin, the floor shouldn't be perfectly good looking. So here's another ruined piece with the original piece underneath. Just makes the walls a little taller. That way, if I ever play a scrimmage war game like a Age of Fantasy or something like that, I can bust these out for terrain. Maybe even like a Frostgrave or something like that. So there's all 4 of those I've done. Also finished. There was a Kickstarter for a cult. I believe I showed them before. For one of the cultists. Don't want to break a sword here. So it was from Ill-Gotten Games, I believe it's called. But yeah, so I did a Kickstarter, and they came with a bunch of cultists. There's the goat god, and then these ritual circles. Standard candles are like a yellowish, tannish color. I put a little red dot, supposed to be the flame. I went with the same gray for stone. Then I tried putting a darker blue down inside of the grooves, and then stippling a lighter blue around it, trying to get a glowing effect. I don't know. It's not the best, but it's something, you know. Never hurts to try new things. And then I printed out this guy and got him based, but I haven't got to start painting him yet. He is from the Printing Goes Ever On. He's off the latest release for the month. And yeah, when I saw this guy, he's a heavy boy. He is solid resin. I didn't hollow it out or anything like that. But he has a lot of great details in his face, around his eyes and everything like that. So we're hopefully going to get him painted up soon. For my co-worker who's running the games, a couple of things I printed out that, you know, since they could fit on the build plate, so I'm printing out everything else. I got this guy here. It's from Bright Minis. It's a ghost with a lantern, and I don't know how easy it comes up, but it's just like a cloak with a lantern floating there, so it's kind of like hollow. You can see through it. So it's supposed to be like a ghost. And then one of these stone trolls. I really like this guy. So I printed one out and mounted it on a base for her, so she can paint him up. I guess she actually has an art degree, so I'm guessing she's a pretty good painter. So he should make a pretty good addition to her collection. And that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out the next video right here. It's packed with more great content. And as always, keep on gaming.